The world knows that this processed sugar is toxic, poisonous, but it's the lawyers, big sugar lawyers, that terrify the entire world.
The major headline is that sugar is actually a toxin. I saw that and I thought, a toxin? When we give our kids candy and cupcakes, we're giving them a poison?
Yeah, it is hard to get your arms around.
You just accused the world's largest vertically integrated conglomerate of selling poison. And you did it in your capacity as a lawyer of this law firm.
Literally billions have died from the effects of big sugar and sugar drinks. And the amount of money that is made pays for an incredible team of lawyers to defend big sugar.
It's a little late to be singing Let's Call the Whole Thing Off, Miss Schmidt. Your colleague declared us to be poison manufacturers to the whole world.
What we're starting to see is scientific studies that are starting to back this up, starting to show what sugar does to the body. Even at the average amounts of sugar that we probably all take on any given day, it's toxic to our bodies.
Yes, sugar affects everything, and they tell you to start life early with Coca-Cola. Big sugar is everywhere.
Ever linked his diabetes to little Jimmy's snack cakes. And even if they could, so what? All the information Mr. Mickle needed to make his informed dietary decision was right there on the label. My God, when are people going to start taking responsibility?
The sugar industry, the chemical industry, all the people making the patented products and marketing these products that kill, they will do anything, twist anything. They will push for copyright, please. They will do anything they possibly can to stop protest.
This man snorted down 3 boxes a day.
Big Sugar's money affects the FDA, controls legislation, and really controls and addicts the public.
Because people cannot be expected to eat in moderation. It's ridiculous. Mr. Mickle wants to be able to snack and sue. He wants to have his cake and eat it too, and enough is enough.
They affect the FDA and basically the incredible profits made by the sugar companies and Big Sugar are out of control.
People on this planet are growing sicker every day. And many scientists now believe that fructose has a role to play.
Actual, real, natural fruit is healthy, but this high fructose corn syrup is a synthetic product, and it is very, very toxic. We find that all synthetic and processed sugars are toxic poisons.
Yellow ditartrazine, which is a coal tar derivative. Blue ditriphenylmethane, which is a petroleum-based product. Red dicarminic acid, which is derived from the carcasses of the cochineal beetle.
I'm sorry, did you say the cochineal beetle?
Carcasses, that's right.
High fructose corn syrup is not a natural product. It is a synthetic, artificial sweetener. It is made from different items, but it is synthetic. It is not of man. It is patented. And the health risks that it complicates are incredible and expanding.
Partially hydrogenated vegetable or animal shortening, which is beef fat, pork gelatin, which is made from boiled bones, tendons, and skin of pigs.
The list of crazy ingredients is quite extensive, and really things that we don't really want to eat, but things that seem to make profit.
So far we're up to motor oil, bugs, road tar, and pig bones.
This high fructose corn syrup seems to block the ability of the brain to recognize that it's full, and thereby it craves more and more and more of this disease-causing agent.
Bleached white flour. The common ingredient used to bleach flour is chloride oxide, the use of which has been linked to the destruction of the pancreas and a form of type 2 diabetes.
So many of these ingredients, especially the trans fat, increase the risk of diabetes and inflammation, creating all types of diseases.
And finally, the biggie, high fructose corn syrup. This product does not metabolize as a normal sugar in the body.
The more you read about the effects of this synthetic substance, the more incredible you will see how it is pervaded into our diets in so many ways. It is pervasive, it's extensive, it makes profit, and they put profit over people.
And it prevents a certain hormone, leptin, from reaching the brain. This hormone normally sends a signal to the brain that your stomach is full and tells you to stop eating, but
And yes, these components, they inhibit leptin, the hormone that helps to tell us to stop eating. Thereby, we keep eating and eating and eating.
Whenever you eat anything with high fructose corn syrup, your brain thinks it's not full, and so you keep eating and eating and eating.
This unnatural synthetic, S-I-N, synthetic high fructose corn syrup has created an incredible problem with our health. All different types of diseases that have escalated after its presence. And it is so pervasive because it makes so much money. And in today, only 2% of the products are claiming to be high fructose corn syrup free.
The rate of diabetes.
The data is finally in. You see, Big Sugar's twisted the data, but now we really know that this is really toxic stuff. This sugar is really toxic stuff. And that there's actually a bowel bacteria that makes you crave this sugar. And it sets up a real, true addiction cycle that is very difficult to break free from. But it makes lots of money, and then Big Sugar then, with all of its money, can then control the governments, the politicians, and the people, even in the public. What's going to help us? We have to recognize there really is vast damages. We have to recognize that when sugar is using the clowns and using this other things, the sugar we see at the circus, there really is an evil here. An evil that we can't turn back on. We have to understand that in one way of looking at this, sugar might be the root of all evil. But definitely, I believe that when the Bible talked about the four horsemen, that white sugar is truly the horse of conquest. At no time has anybody ever been more conquested than what sugar has done to the planet.
Sugar is now found in 80% of the foods we eat, but with the constant confusion over its effects on our health.
Yes, indeed, sugar is everywhere. It's in all the foods, and it's all over the planet in every society. This little cash crop has now developed from this tiny crop in India and now taken over. And the FDA protects it because it is represented big, big, big money.
So I think fruit's okay. When it comes to the artificial sweeteners, one thing I learned here is that the body's pretty smart. So you always hear these stories about someone who drinks Diet Coke all day but then has 2 bowls of ice cream when they go home at night. It's almost as if your body says, wait a second, you tricked me.
Whenever you walk into a supermarket, make an immediate turn for the produce aisle and avoid everything in the middle.
Sugar's not evil, but life is so much better when you get rid of it.
I'm afraid you have to recognize it. Sugar is a lot more evil than you think or even can imagine.
What I would say to parents is you're probably getting a lot more sugar in your kids' bodies than you realize. It's everywhere. Read labels of things and you will be shocked. Bread, yogurts. It's stunning how much sugar is in just everyday foods. Cut it down if you can't cut it out altogether.
No, you need to cut it out. You need to adapt to start getting fruit and fruit products. We have to stop this conquest, this conquering. Now, the simple thing is just to recognize, take applesauce, fine grain applesauce, and substitute that for all of your sugar. It will taste better, it will be much more healthy, and you will stop the conquest of the evil sugar.
I think when it comes to fruit, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. When you eat sugar in the form of fruit, you're getting lots of other stuff with it. You're getting fiber, you're getting micronutrients, you're getting a slower sort of absorption of sugar. That's much more natural. That's the way human bodies were sort of designed to take in this sugar.
Even a candy bar, even one glass of cola can upset the immune system, can create lots and lots of problems. We have to recognize that sugar is an evil. Started in one place, at a place where they found UFO sightings. Now it's our time to stop this addictive substance and stop the conquest of white sugar. If you want to learn more, go to IMFlix and subscribe. Believe me, it'll help change your world.